Side, we have a gentleman called Mr. C. He's been at the top of the charts in Britain. He's the husband of the most beautiful DJ I've ever seen, who's played at this club, and he's a co-owner and co-founder of a club from London named The End, if you've ever heard of that. And also he's here tonight with Superfreq. Hello.
Hello there.
Mr. C. How are you?
I'm not bad, not bad, not bad.
Oh,
A bit better. The old chow font's giving me a problem, but there you go. We won't talk about that.
We won't talk about that. We could move on. We could continue.
Rapidly.
Okay.
No, let's rapidly move on.
The segment, I believe they're called. Well, basically, you're here with Superfreq tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about Superfreq. I know that you started.
Superfreq's fun. It's about people like-minded lunatics coming together and celebrating life. The bottom line, good underground music, serious music, but not taken at all seriously.
Yeah.
Being completely silly about having a really good time. And Superfreq is a record label, Superfreq Records, and it's a party that we do monthly here now at The End. Was at Leeds, but that doesn't look like it's going to. Yeah, it's been a bit woohoo. But I am talking to someone else up there that's very, very promising. We're doing parties in New York at Cielo and in LA at Abiland. And in Ibiza for 5 seasons. We've been 3 years at Underground and then 2 years at DC10. I'm now in negotiations with another club. We can't see no more.
Okay. Where's the best place to play? New York? You've mentioned all
There's
these
so many good places. I love Italy.
Yeah.
The Italians, they really know how to have a good fight on the dance floor. No, the Italians, they get right involved. They dress up, they have a good time, they're very boisterous, and the parties have got a certain energy. I love Argentina. Not for footballing reasons, for sure. But no, I love Argentina. In Buenos Aires, they really know how to party.
Italy!
Hey, Sao Paulo in Brazil is also wicked.
Security!
Get that one out. No, Sao Paulo's wicked. Generally, Latin America is a lot of fun. I really like Latin America.
Okay. That's actually what your wife said.
Yeah, well, that's because she's from Mexico. She's bloody biased, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Don't believe anything women tell you. They lie all the time.
So what about the records?
Records.
Are we likely to see a resurgence of Mr. C's vocals in the charts? Or
no, I'm too old for all that. Yeah, being a pop star is a young man's game. Don't believe the Rolling Stones. They're liars, a lot of them. And as for like all these young boy bands, Shaman are not going to be one of them that's going to be reformed until hell freezes over. You heard it here first.
You heard it here.
Heard it here.
Absolutely.
You get me.
Right. we've got a question. Actually, relative to that, I think also kind of relative to celebrity culture's kind of changed. Would you like to be?
Well, I've never been a part of celebrity culture. You know, when the Shaman kicked in, I was still doing underground parties and doing like illegal events, and started Plink Plonk Records and stuck with the underground sort of thing. And like my mates, I've still got some of the same mates, like my mate Laggy over there. It's like for like years and years and years I've grown up with, and they're still my mates. You know what I mean? So
when you were Chelsea boy on the CB radio.
Yeah, exactly. When I was Chelsea boy on the CB radio, yeah, me and Son of Hitler used to terrorise everybody. That was hilarious. No, but you know, if you stick with the same sort of people, and it keeps you a bit grounded, like because your mates don't suffer it. You know what I mean? They're like, shut up, you wanker.
Yeah.
You know, what do you do? And that keeps you wanker. Yeah, thanks, mate. But that's what you do. So you know, no, I know quite a few famous people, but I don't like to go where they hang out, because they hang out at all these stupid clubs and like listen to pop music and take coke, and it's like, no, that's not what it's all about. It's not. I can't enjoy that night out. I want to go out and dance and meet nice people that are up for celebrating life.
Yeah, wicked. Interestingly enough, we've got a question relative to celebrating life that kind of gets the piss taken out a little bit. It's called the particles question.
Oh, particles. I love particles.
Basically, it's believed that particles go around the earth so efficiently that everybody has bits of Shakespeare in them.
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously everybody got part of that dinosaur that's been on the left lung of that dinosaur.
Okay. Well, we're all the same particles and they are intrinsically linked. Yeah.
So where would you like your particles to go? After, obviously...
I'd like my particles to go right inside Adriana Lima. I've seen her, she's so fit, she's naughty. No, my particles. I'm happy with just like, you know, doing what I'm doing and like having fun, and if people get inspired by that, then that's great. And if my particles are spreading the world, then well to beware because my particles are chemical based, mate, I'm telling you.
Right, I got some quick fires. Describe yourself in one word.
Wanker.
Perfect. What's your biggest fault?
Oh, me hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids. Terrible to sit down.
Oh,
What do you
I'm
like?
slave to the ring.
What do you like most about yourself?
What I like most about myself?
Yeah.
I don't know, I think it's my gap.
Yeah?
Yeah, mind the gap. Yeah.
What do you dislike most about yourself?
What I dislike most about myself? Probably, yeah, no, I'm getting used to them. I'm starting to have a love affair with hemorrhoids. No, what I don't really dislike anything about myself. I'm like, I mean, I used to be conceited, but now I'm absolutely perfect.
Who's your favourite fictional character?
Favourite fictional character, Peter Pan.
Who's your favourite genuine person? Hero?
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, why's that?
Because he's mastered the acting properly. He's a proper method actor, and he can take on any role from absolute psychopath to English butler to Australian bike rider, and he does it all so well. He's just the way he acts and the you know, and what he's been through in his life. You know, going through the alcohol problems and everything else he's been through, and the way he's been able to come through it and channel that into something is really admirable. And for me, he's someone to look up to.
Absolutely. Yeah, wicked. Okay, right. Have you ever seen the inside the actor's studio?
Inside the actor's studio, no.
Yeah, there's basically 10 questions that they always get asked at the end of every interview.
Oh, okay.
And I thought they're a good way to finish our interview.
I see.
So, what's your favourite word?
Favourite word? Cunt. Or cunt. It's got to be cunt.
What's your least favourite word?
Least favourite word? Sorry, it's not that. Least favourite word? I don't know. I don't know if I have a word that sort of makes me look. I don't like that word. Arsenal's a good one, but no, I don't have one.
What turns you on creatively?
What turns me on creatively?
Or emotionally?
Well, creatively, as an artist, being off my tits, really, I think, more than anything else, that, you know, completely connected to the creative universe via some, you know, magical journey is quite special.
Like self-explanatory planetary information?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a situation.
Yeah, exactly that sort of thing. Like mystical beats taking over and over and moving to the sound, yeah. So,
altering your state of consciousness.
Nevertheless.
We'll gain you access to techno-tribal, positively tribal, shamanic, acoustic, okay, revival, yeah. That's the way I feel about it. Alright. What sound do you love?
What sound do I love? I love the sound of squidgy noises, squidgy electronic noises.
Like squidgy electronic, not?
Yes. No, it has to be electronic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. What sound do you hate?
What sound do I hate? I hate the sound of women nagging.
Okay.
Why do they do it?
This goes in with the other question. What's your favourite curse word?
Favourite curse word? Well, my favourite curse word would have to be douchebag.
Okay.
Yeah, douchebag. It's funny. We don't say it a lot here in England, but it's a funny word.
Yeah.
Douchebag.
Yeah.
I just think it's a really good swear word, and it freaks people when you say that in England because they're not expecting it. You're a douchebag.
Yeah. It's quite descriptive as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it really is. You know. So that's my favourite curse word, although it's not my favourite word, as you well know.
What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
Attempt? Well, I'm going to attempt acting.
Okay.
Yeah. If it was anything like as good as my last profession and I have as much fun, then I'll be delighted, which was a milkman.
Excellent. And what would you not like to attempt?
What would I not like to attempt? I wouldn't like to attempt to get in one of them like no holds barred fighting rings and fighting.
I actually do music for people who do that.
Do that? Oh, I could do it. I'd get back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
can you imagine? Straight in it, whack, out cold. Like, no way.
No, absolutely.
I wouldn't like to do that.
All right, one last question. If heaven exists and you get to the pearly gates, what would you like God to say to you?
Right. I'd like him to say, I mean, it would be St. Peter that would be at the pearly gates.
Well, absolutely, it's a difficult question. It's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah. So no, if St. Peter was there, I'd like him to say to me, please, sir, go straight in. And then I'd like God to greet me and say, oh, hey, you wanker, what do you think you're doing here? Get back fucking down there where I sent you last time, you bastard.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. C, thank you for watching. That's right, I kissed him.